Hey, Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. This trading video hopefully will be a quick video, and this will just be me charting just bare empty charts right from the get-go. So you kind of get what my methodology, what my strategy is, and what I'm looking for before I even place the trade. I got some suggestions for coins in the chat group, as well as I wanted to look at an altcoin as well. And just knowing that the price action within the crypto market has been really choppy as of late, seems like we got enough time for it. So, as always, a couple PSAs. Um, First PSA, obviously nothing that I say within this video is financial advice. Please consult a professional before you delve into investing or trading into crypto or any volatile asset. And then the second is this video is sponsored and supported by Coinbase. As you guys probably are aware, if you follow my channel, I have traded with Coinbase for over 4 years. They were the first broker that I ever used. And they were one of the only brokers that actually taught me more about crypto as well. So I'm very blessed to have a partnership with them. And if you feel ever inclined to, feel free to, the link will also be in description to sign up using my link. I will get 30% of all the trading fees that Coinbase charges, based on your trading. So you'll be supporting the channel and supporting Crypto Hotep. And if you're saying, well, Crypto Hotep, I use Coinbase, but it looks very different than yours, go to your Coinbase account, whether it be the or the browser, and click the advanced button. If you click the advanced button, then you'll be greeted with this type of setup right here. There really is no change for the setup, but you will have less fees, so less trading fees. One of the common knocks with Coinbase regular is charging an arm and a leg for fees, where they've always had this option where you could decrease your fees just by going on the advanced option for trading. So you can place limit orders, market orders, stop limit orders. You can use USDC and USD, and even right now you can earn 5.15% APY on sitting USDC. So all in all, fantastic broker. And if you want to support the channel, feel free to click that link. Even if you have a Coinbase account, even sign up with that, you can click the link. With that being said, we'll hop in here. Let's head to the charts. So the first coin is Illuvium. To tell you the truth, I haven't looked too much into this coin, but I did get this suggestion in the chat I'm in. So the first things first is I always go to the higher time frame because I trade on the daily time frame. I usually go to the weekly to find key levels of support and resistance. Okay. So my trading style is very easy, simple, doesn't require a lot of brain work for this, but it's something I can repeat and do over and over again. Okay. And then one other thing is, if these candles look different than what you're used to seeing, that's because these are Heikin-Ashi candles. So if you're using TradingView, which what I'm using here, you have the option of going to Heikin-Ashi right in the top bar here and highlighting. Typically, you'll be on the candles right here, but if you click Heikin-Ashi, it'll be right here. So what Heikin-Ashi does, it smooths out price, so you can see price a little bit more consistently, a little bit more easily. And what I mean is, if I click here in candles, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Okay, it's a little bit choppy with how price is. Heikin-Ashi, it smooths out price. You can see trends very easily, and that's great for understanding and seeing support and resistance. Okay, so starting here, I'll take out my horizontal line tool here, and usually I look for long wicks either at the top or bottom. So this is a good area of support. You can see that support has been respected multiple times here, so we mark that. Here, this would be a good area for resistance, right? So we have a couple areas that price has tried to come up, failed, came back down. Right here, come up, fake breakout where price came up, grabbed all of the liquidity or stop orders, made it look like they were breaking out of this resistance level, and then came back down. And then again, came back up, and then came back down, and then finally pushed up. So this would be a key level where price has gone to before I would mark. Then I would look at this area here. Why? Well, because this wick was resistance here, and then it also acted as support here. And you can see that it acted as support because price, when it declines, my red candles in this chart are gray candles. So when price declined here, it found a little bit of support here and bounced off. That's why you have this little bluish, kind of slight bullish doji candle right here. But obviously price continued to decline. Okay. And then I would go to here. This caught my eye. And why did this catch my eye? Because this acted as resistance right here. You can see the wick touch as well as support here. Tap, 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 and then final break. And then here, price came down, met support, blew past right up. Okay. And then the next thing I would mark this here, right there. Why would I do that? We have resistance here. And then we also have support right here. But Crypto Hotep price went through the support line. Well, with me, I don't consider a failed support level if the price doesn't fully break through that line. We can see here that price did break through there, but it didn't close. In fact, it came right back up, and we're sitting right above that right now. Okay. And then next we would go up here. Now that kind of this area is done, I would kind of come here and look for these long wicks, and this would catch my eye. This area right here. And then when I go to the daily, I'll kind of adjust these lines if they need adjusting. But here, this would catch my eye because this is resistance. We can also obviously look left. We can see it wicked this line as well. Again, when price came back down and up here, we can see that this acted as support somewhat right here for a nice little move, a quick move up, and then it finally collapsed down. Okay, so for me, this is enough. We don't want to have a lot of lines and get analysis paralysis when we're looking at these charts. This is more than enough for me. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so we're going to look at the daily, and then I usually scroll to get a decent line, to get a decent view of these lines here. Okay, so, and I like to see, excuse me, and I like to see kind of how my lines match up. I like to see where price has respected the line, came down, support, came down again, fake breakout up, fake breakout down. This acted as support, double bottom, boom. Okay, so these lines are somewhat good here. So the next thing that I typically will do is if I can see an area of buying and selling that I'm looking to identify. Okay, and what I mean is I want to buy, because I'm typically in spot trades because I don't use leverage and I don't trade contracts. So I'm typically buying low, trying to sell high, right? So I'm typically in spot trades. So I want to buy where all the big buyers are buying at. And the good thing with Heikin-Ashi candles is you can see that pretty easily. So a prerequisite with my buying areas are it has to align with my weekly levels that we just drew with that horizontal line tool, meaning that the level has to be somewhere near this line here. And this is where some of these adjustments may come into play here, right? So we can see here that if I look at this line here, we have a weekly level here. We have price that came down under this weekly level, only to come back up in a dramatic fashion with 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. So 3 bullish candles to the upside with just top wicks on them. That's a strong bullish presence in my view. And so what I do is I look for the last bearish candle before the big move up here. And I will draw and then use my rectangle tool to draw an area here. Okay. And then I will label it as such as daily buying area. Okay. Just like that. Very easy. And one thing to note is we have this daily buying area, and another prerequisite of mine for the daily buying area is that there has to be a break of structure or a change of character that was created with this daily buying area. And so what I mean is there has to be a movement of price that either changed the course, so basically meaning a reversal happened, or a continuation happened. And what I mean is this. So Illuvium obviously had higher highs, higher lows coming up here, and then it somewhat got stagnant and then finally broke through. Okay. So here, this wick here, we would consider a change of character, which means price has now, for the short term, gone bearish. Okay. So once this, we call this low, once this low has been taken, which it has been with this big bearish candle to the downside, then you have a change of character here. Now, if another low was taken, which would be this one here, then you would have a break of structure. And the break of structure means a continuation in that trend. So a change of character is the reversal of the trend. A break of structure is a continuation of that trend. Now, the reason why I'm not labeling this as a break of structure is because I don't consider that a break of structure. Why? Because the candle didn't successfully close fully below this line. The candle has to close successfully fully like this one did for me to consider this a break of structure. It didn't do that. As soon as this closed, buyers came back in, pushed the price up. So we don't have a break of structure more to the downside, in my view. Okay. Maybe some traders think a certain, another way, but that's just the way I'm looking at it. Okay. So now I would look for confluence for the buy side or my daily buying area. And I would look probably right here. This would be a change of character because remember, we need a change of character before we get to the break of structure. Before that, I don't see anything to me that would constitute a break or a change of character to the upside yet, except this. Why? Well, we had a couple stops on this weekly level, and then we finally had a small bearish doji here, and then finally a push up. So this little spot right here, and I'm not going to mark it, but this spot here would be a change of character to the upside. And typically what happens when you have a change of character or a break of structure, price comes back down to retest that area for a move back up. Okay. So with that being said, because I consider this a change of character to the upside, this daily buying area is valid in my point of view. Okay. And then I also like to mark out a selling area so I have a good target if I do get into this trade. Now the selling area is similar to the buying area, but just reverse. Okay. So why did I just choose this right off the bat? Well, if you remember, we drew a change of character right here. The reason for this change of character was the last bullish candle before the bearish move down. As a reminder, your daily area is the last bearish candle before the bullish move up. So it's just reverse. So this is the area that had that high selling, that started that high selling pressure area. So this is something I want to keep in mind if I'm looking to get in this trade. Okay. Another thing I typically will do here is mark out a little trend line. And I try to put 2 to 3 points in my trend line. And so my trend line is a downtrend because that's what we were currently in, right? And so we have 1 point, 2 points. So we have 2 points. And then I would consider this point a 1 as well. And again, the reason I would is because, again, it's a fake. There's that fake breakout again where, oh, price came above the trend line. We might be breaking out. Nope, not yet. It got you, came back down, and then came back up. Price will do that all the time. So I would consider that a 3 tap on the trend line. And typically, after 3 or 4 taps on the trend line, you're looking for a break, which price successfully broke. And again, that's another confluence for your daily buying area where now, hey, price broke through the trend line. We're looking for a retest and then a move up. Okay. Now, keeping in mind, you have the 100-day moving average, which is this orange line, and the 200-day moving average, which is this blue line here, just to keep in mind. So this coin here would actually have my attention because a couple things. You have a good daily buying area, a weekly level. This buying area has not been tested yet, so it's unmitigated, which means it hasn't been visited yet. We do have confluence that the downtrend has broken successfully. We have a change of character. And so the next thing I typically do is I will go to my 1 hour chart and zoom in. Oop, mouse got stuck. And what I'm zooming in is I'm zooming in on the daily buying area. And why am I doing that? Because I would like to get a more precise entry if I were to take this trade. Now, the daily buying area or the 1 hour view of the daily buying area, I'm looking for a very similar thing in what I was looking for in the daily time frame, which is a buying area that hasn't been mitigated or tapped into as of yet, and then also one that has broken structure or has a change of character to the upside. And this right here, this has caught my eye. This area right here looks fantastic. So I would draw a box here, and I would label this box a 1 hour point of interest. Okay. So that would be my 1 hour point of interest. Hasn't been tapped in yet. Price is coming into it. That actually has my interest here. And I actually might take this trade. If I'm looking at this, this doesn't look half bad. Okay. And then what I do is I typically will stretch this out here. And then even for more further confluence, I might take my fib retracement tool and just place it in my daily buying area to see where the 1 hour and the 50% mark line up. The 50% mark of the Fibonacci retracement tool is typically the golden zone. And typically that's a good spot to buy. So I normally don't buy blindly. A couple things I have to do when I buy into a coin like this. This is actually a very good setup here for me. And I think I will take this trade. And I would buy somewhere in I'd probably say a little bit above this area. A little bit above the 1 hour area. So let's take our long position tool out here. And we'll place this below this low here, because if we're wrong, if I'm wrong about this trade, I want to be invalidated below this low. I'd rather be invalidated below this low if I am wrong about this. And then we'll look at, honestly, we'll look at a target up to this area. We'll look at a target up to the, we don't want to place it right at this daily selling zone. I typically place it somewhere below, and I usually try to get a nice psychological number. So maybe somewhere around like 120, 150 or so. Okay. And then our buy is about 83.94. So I probably put a set buy order at about 84 here, and I may take profits on the way up. So more than likely, this would be a good area to take profits at, say at around 98, $99. And then you potentially could take profits here, say at 105 or so. So somewhere, first I would say 95, then I would say 105, and then we would go probably to 120, 150. Okay. All in all, this would give us a gain. Let's see what gain that would be. The potential of about a 40, rounded up, say about a 45% gain on this trade. And this, I think I will take this trade and I will place that trade. I'll also put it on my Twitter as well. But all in all, this is how I typically will mark up a chart. I try to keep it very clean, very simple. And I try to rinse and repeat the same process every single time. So again, I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, any suggestions, anything else you want to see, or any questions as to why I do certain things, just let me know. But as always, thank you and happy trading.